Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Let's get started. And our first one comes from Kind Concert 4788. Am I the beehole for spending money my grandparents gave me instead of saving it towards my stepbrother's treatment fund? My mom got married to Alan 2 years ago. I, a 15-year-old female, was 13 at the time, and Alan's two kids were Emma, a 9-year-old female, and Noah, a 3-year-old male. Noah was diagnosed with cancer last year, and my mom and her husband were told there's some kind of different treatment he can get in another country, and if they could raise the money, it would be better for Noah than the treatments available here in the US. My mom and Alan could not afford it, so they've been sending him to treatment here and saving for Noah's treatment. They made a lot of cutbacks and asked that Emma and I give over our money we get so they can afford this. They have about 70% or something now, and that has come from cutting out a lot. We eat very basic meals. They canceled our internet, and we don't have anything for our birthdays or Christmas since the savings started. Any money that comes into the house goes on essentials or the treatment fund. My dad died 9 years ago, and my paternal family stayed a part of my life. They know what's been going on, and they've been buying me little treats and taking me out to eat when they can. They also give me money every couple of weeks so I can have something if I ever need anything. I've been hiding that money because I know I would be told to give it up. I carry it everywhere because Emma is the type to snoop and then tell her dad. She's asked me before why I don't babysit to help make more money for her brother. She would work if she could, but she's only 11. I spent some of the money from my grandparents over the weekend. I got my hair cut and bought my best friend a gift for her birthday. I also got some food and spent some time at my dad's grave. My mom noticed my haircut and asked where the money came from, and she realized I was lying when I said I had been with my grandparents, and they took me because I forgot they were out of town. So I told her they gave me some money to get some stuff done. She told me a haircut was not needed, and how selfish could I be? Alan heard her scolding me, and he jumped in and asked what the hell was wrong with me. He told me this family has to pull together for Noah, and I'm acting like I don't care whether Noah gets this treatment or not. Of course, by the end of the day, Emma heard and freaked out. But by then, my mom ran into my best friend's mom a couple days ago, and she told my mom my gift to my best friend was sweet and thoughtful. I was sat down and yelled at for spending money. Not on just me, but on others. Alan asked me how I could give the money for a gift that means nothing when it could have gone to save my brother's life. I yelled back that it's not my job to pay for Noah's treatments, and I'm already sacrificing, but I refuse to go all out the way they want me to. I told them the money came from my family who is nothing to them, and they need to let it go. Alan called me selfish, a little bee, and told me I should be ashamed of my repulsive behavior. Wow, okay, terrible mom not protecting her child. Now Emma keeps telling me I'm a bad person. Am I the beehole? OP, you are not the beehole. I believe you are being used by your terrible stepdad and terrible mom. That sucks the kid has cancer. I've had a family member, leave this world because of cancer, and that sucks. But the world keeps on ticking, and so what they're basically doing is they're trying to save one kid, but they're going to lose another kid. Because I'm pretty sure in that situation, when you're able to leave, you're probably going to leave and never talk to them again. Because your mother's not protecting you. Why is she not? I assume because she wants to keep the stepfather. And of course he doesn't care if you don't have a childhood or you have to sacrifice, because he doesn't see you as his child. He's all about saving his kids. He even has this daughter program to be a little brat to you too. So of course he's going to treat you like crap. And it sounds like your mother doesn't care. She's all about him. And that's not fair. Jeez, no internet. Sacrificing everything to get him some treatment. That's maybe not going to work, because like I said, I spent nights in the hospital with my family member who had it, and we lost him because of it. Sometimes you just go. Oh yeah, and him calling you a little bee like that, that's another example of him not caring about you because he doesn't see you as his child. But I took a look in the comments, and let's see. Ah yes, COLG Kenny says, not the beehole. Go live with your grandparents if you can. Pitch it as a way to help them save money for Noah, and don't ever go back. I agree with you with that. If you can do this and you can cut them out forever, cut them out. I get being worried about your kid, but to starve the other kids of having a youth to just send them somewhere else, do they not realize that this is just to send him there, not to mention the cost of the stay? He's right. I didn't even think about that. It's just to send them there. You think the treatment's going to be cheap? It's never cheap in medical. I think it's what, $22 last time I checked for a single Halls candy. So yeah, OP, if you can pitch it this way and get out of there and run, run. It sounds like your father's side of the family loves you. I would talk to them and be like, can you guys like fight for custody of me or something? Because it seems like you need to get out of there, OP. And our next one comes from Sweaty Association 94. Am I the beehole for refusing to attend my father's wedding? I, an 18-year-old male, lost my mom 7 months ago to cancer. She's been sick for 3 years, and in the last 2 months, we found out my dad had been having an affair almost the entire time she was sick. My mom was absolutely destroyed by the news when she learned it, and what's worse is my dad's affair partner wanted to try and straighten things out before my mom died. My dad was kicked out of the house, and my mom changed her funeral plans and everything so that my dad would not be able to go. She changed her will and went out of her way to ensure I would be getting everything and not him. She set it up in a way where my aunt would have temporary guardianship over it, or whatever it's called, and my dad could not get his hands on it in that way either. She was very clear that she had not wanted my dad with someone else while she was alive, and would not act like things were okay after either. When my mom died, it was the most painful time in the world for me, and I'm still processing life without her. I also hate my dad for the harm he caused during my mom's final months. The fact is, he made it 10,000 times harder than it ever needed to be, all because he couldn't remain faithful to her in life. He got engaged to his affair partner the week my mom died. They decided to wait until mom was gone a year to try and save some of his reputation, but I've hardly had anything to do with him. And anything I do have to do with him is because he makes the effort and he reaches out. He wanted me to know he was engaged and wanted me to meet his other woman and forced those things onto me. The last time they decided we needed to speak, I told him not to send me an invite to the wedding because I won't go and I won't respect him enough to RSVP officially. They were upset and told me to think about the future and other BS like that. I told them if they thought they were worthy of being grandparents, which they mentioned, then they need to think again. They tried to guilt me with a sob story of how she was widowed for many years, and her kids all turned their backs on her. I wonder why, maybe because she's a cheater, and took all her grandkids away because they were disgusted with her for moving on. Didn't move me one little bit. But my dad's family are kinda pissed that I'm drawing such a hard line at the wedding. They already know people judge my dad and think it would look way better if I was there. My dad also thinks I am taking his relationship with mom out on him instead of judging based on how he was as my dad. But I stand by a dad who makes their kid's loss of their parent harder than it needs to be is not a good dad. And he made losing mom much, much harder. I'm hearing from so many family members that I need to go to the wedding, and I'm wrong to say no, that I'm asking, am I the beehole? OP, you are not the beehole, and I'm not even gonna, maybe. Do not go to that, I can't cuss, but that effer's wedding. Him and his whore can have fun getting married, alright? That is not, she cheated, your father cheated, and he's with this woman. This woman knew your mom had cancer, I assume he told her, and she's still like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move in on him, and I'm gonna get with him even though he's cheating. You don't think he's gonna cheat on her, or she's gonna cheat on him? She doesn't sound like she's great either. And I love this crap where he's like, judge me as your dad. Yeah, you're his dad, and you should be faithful to the mother until she, leaves this world. So yeah, you failed as a dad. You made your wife suffer, her children, you suffered, his children suffered, so he failed as a dad too. And but in your mom's final hours, I'm glad your mom was a smart woman and made sure that he got nothing and you got it all, and even had contingencies where your aunt controls it so he can't even get in that way. Cause that skanky's would be like, go get the money, screw your son, get the money, yeah. Ugh. But yeah, before I wrap this part up, OP, do not go and do not let those pricks that you still call family, I wouldn't call them family, do not go to that wedding. And I could forgive a murderer before I forgive a cheater. So that's where I stand on cheaters. And our final one comes from Nervous Discount 150. Am I the beehole for refusing to babysit my grandkids because I don't want to? I am in my late 50s, and in general, last month, with the holiday, and then my job being rough, the beginnings of the month, and I am tired. Today, I'm able to take a half day, and this weekend, I plan on doing nothing. This seems to be a problem. I got a call today asking if I could babysit the grandkids tomorrow night. They have to visit her uncle and doesn't want to take the kids to the nursing home. I told my daughter-in-law no. She asked why, and I told her I need to recharge. Daughter-in-law asked if I was truly doing nothing, and I told her yes. This started an argument where she thinks I'm being selfish, and I can easily do this since I'm doing nothing. I told her my answer was again no. My son is also mad at me now, and I'm wondering if I should just suck it up and babysit. Edit, if you have a question, it's probably been answered in the comments. I have a lot of comments and I realize I'm just restating the same stuff over and over. Okay, maybe I'll look in the comments, but I'm gonna comment on the story I have here. OP, you are not the beehole. Those are your grandchildren, not your children. You are not obligated to watch those kids. Now, it sounds like you do help out, and you know, that's what grandparents do. Oh yeah, I could watch them every once in a while, but you need to take care of you and, you know, focus on your health, your mental health and all that. And yeah, sometimes people just need to take time and do nothing and recharge the batteries. They need to understand that grandma is not their own personal babysitter that they can just put the kids on. What if you weren't living near them? What if you didn't exist? They would have to figure it out, and yeah, they're gonna figure it out. So no, OP, you are not the beehole. Enjoy your free time and don't worry about them because they need to figure that out, and you can't let them take advantage of you like that. I did look in the comments and I agree with Sassy Pie Hole 03. That's a fun name. Next time, no explanations, no is enough. I agree they don't need to know your business. Don't get involved in the fallout, the drama, the nonsense. Stay right out of it. You are currently in the role of training your son and daughter-in-law in their understanding that dad isn't always available and they love their grandchildren dearly. It's going to take some time and they're not going to like it, but they'll get used to it. Eventually, just as long as you don't let their butt hurt, entitled BS gets you. Enjoy your downtime. You deserve it, not the beehole. I agree. Enjoy your downtime and relax. You need it. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. Can you please do what I said in the beginning and like, comment, and subscribe? It will really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Velvet out.